Hey, I'm Will and I'm a 22-year-old entrepreneur, and today I'm going to be showing you what a realistic day in my life looks like. From my morning routines to my work schedule to, wait, did I just say realistic? Stop snoozing, we have a lot of work to do. Let's go, Will, get up, come on.
Yeah.
My day starts at 6:30 a.m. I know there's a lot of talk about entrepreneurs and waking up early, and honestly, I'm with it. So I get out of bed, I go to the bathroom, I turn my alarm off, I brush my teeth, and then I go and open my blinds. Once I get a bit of sunlight, I spend 15 minutes going on Instagram and answering your comments and your DMs. Then I head over to my desk, I open up my laptop, and I start journaling. I've been doing this every single day for 15 minutes a day for the last 3 years, and trust me when I say this, it has changed my life. I'm usually done all of this by 7:30 a.m. and then I head downstairs to go and work out. I spend about an hour every single morning doing my workout and varying between abs, cardio, and bodyweight exercises. And once I'm done with that, I head downstairs to go and make some breakfast. My breakfast is actually the exact same thing every single morning, and it hasn't changed for over a year. Every time that I'm going to eat or I've finished making a meal, I watch TV, Netflix, YouTube, and I remind myself that work does not equal life. After I finish eating, I make my bed, and now because I'm inviting you into my headquarters / office / home, it's pretty apparent that my room is pretty dirty. There are always envelopes lying around, underwear in places that underwear shouldn't be, clothes all over the place, and blankets lying all over the floor because I move when I sleep. So that's the realistic side, but because I've invited you into my home, I'm going to clean up for you. So give me a sec. Okay, that looks a lot better. All right, let's get into the day. So as you're starting to figure out by now, my workday only really starts between 10 and 10:30 a.m. And when that happens, I head all the way over from my bed to my company HQ, which is right next to my bed. And these are the perks of being 22 years old, still living with your family, and being an entrepreneur. Okay, so at this point, it's probably best that I explain how I split my week, because as you know, an entrepreneur doesn't just specialize in one thing. And to really understand how that works, I'm gonna explain how I split Sprought up into a business. Number one is YouTube. I make YouTube videos every single week, just like this one, and that is the main function of Sprought. It's where I tell my stories and it's where I get my message across to the most amount of people like you. Number two is writing. I spend most of the week focusing on writing, whether it's being on Pinterest, on Medium, or writing on my own blog. Now both writing and YouTube are the two things that I want my business to be mainly focused on in the future as revenue generating activities. But right now, neither of them make enough money to actually allow myself to be sustainable as an entrepreneur. So that brings in number three, which is freelancing. So I do freelance work as both a writer and a videographer, and I create content for marketing agencies, real estate firms, and travel agencies. So the freelance work is the main source of income until both my writing and my YouTube allow me to stop doing work for other people and instead 100% focus on my business. Now you might look at all of this and go, okay, well, how do you actually split everything up and manage your week? Some days I focus on writing, some days on making videos, some days on building the brand and doing brand outreach. But today I'm focusing on writing. So in a typical writing content creation day, I'll delegate time from 10:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. to write as many blog posts as possible. Usually I can crank out about 4 to 5 in a day. The only breaks that I take during this entire time frame are to eat lunch, where again, I put on a TV show and I allow myself to have a sense of balance. And also, every time I finished writing a blog post, I'll take 10 minutes to either pace around my room or go outside, check my phone, and get a few breaths of fresh air before I go back into the next one. And no matter what the day is, at 3:30, I stop what I'm doing, I take a break, because at this point, I'm pretty much a zombie from all the screen time, and I try and go outside.
On a nice day like today, I'll decide to go for a bike ride around the city and find some beautiful spot to go and explore or go revisit. And today I've chosen to go to this. This is a massive orange in the middle of Montreal, right off the highway, and it's called the Orange Julep, and they make the best orange juice, I kid you not, in the entire world. Oh, that's good. So I always believed that there was more to life than just aspiring to sit in a cubicle for X amount of hours per week and make a shit ton of money. And to be honest with you, I almost fell into that trap and I almost took a job just because it paid 6 figures. But I realized one day when I was sitting in the office how bad I just wanted to be able to go for a walk or a bike ride midday and not have anybody worry about where I was. And so that's really one of the reasons why I wanted to be an entrepreneur, which is just to be free and just to feel like I'm never working a day in my life. And that's how I feel right now. I see my friends with their routine days and their guaranteed money and their safe income, and it makes me question whether or not I made the right choice. But every time that I truly think about that, the answer is always yes. Absolutely. I would not trade this for anything in the world. I think the hardest and most challenging thing you can do in life is take an idea of yours and build it into a business. I realize that I am not in competition with anyone. So anytime I catch myself looking at what my friends are doing or what their career trajectories look like, I have to step back and realize that we're all running our own races. And that's the beautiful thing about life, is that we can all coexist at having our own unique goals and dreams, and the world can still be a really good place. And I also love that I can just go outside at 3:30 p.m., grab an orange juice, hang out, and not feel pressure to go back to quote unquote work. And I'm lucky that I have a job that allows me to think that way.
So I think one of the best parts about being an entrepreneur is that I get to indulge whenever I want. I don't have to wait for the weekends to find time to do things that I love that are not work related. And so I've been putting this off ever since my birthday, but I got a nice big Lego from my parents. I think I'm gonna build this tonight in honor of this video and you guys. Wow, 1,200 pieces. Okay, so I might not be able to do all of this in one day, but I'm definitely gonna get started on it. So in the end, I would say my typical workday is from 10:30 a.m. to about 10:30 p.m. Honestly, I never really take the time for leisure activities because I'm actually doing a lot of leisure activities throughout my day, which is why I think I wake up ready to take on whatever the next task is all the time. And right now, I'm only 22 years old, so I'm definitely playing the long game. So when all that is combined, it really makes it easy for me to see these goals and treat them as a lifestyle. I don't have to think that my business is an obligation or it's work. I really am just building a business that aligns with the ideal lifestyle I would like to have, and because of that, I feel like I'll never work a day in my life. Okay, I am going to leave it at stage 1 because it's 11:25 and I gotta be up at 6:30 for the next day of hard work. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked it, please make sure to subscribe for so much more awesome content coming your way very soon. Take care, and I'll see you next week.